Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're speaking one language and she's hearing something completely different? You say something and boom, suddenly there's tension. You thought you were being logical, but she felt unheard. You thought you were showing love, but she felt disconnected. Sound familiar? The truth is, there is a secret language between men and women. It's not about words, it's about meaning, connection, and emotion. If you don't understand this language, you'll keep running into frustration, confusion, and disconnection. But if you master it, you create a bond so strong that it defies logic. When we talk about communication, most people think it's all about the words you speak. But the reality is, words are only a small part of the equation, especially when it comes to how a man communicates with a woman. The true power of communication lies in your presence. Think about it. Have you ever been talking to someone and felt like they were just physically there, but not emotionally or mentally? It's like they're in the room, but their mind is somewhere else. You can tell, it's palpable. Now imagine the opposite. You're with someone who is fully engaged, who makes eye contact, who listens to you not just with their ears, but with their whole being. That's what makes you feel truly seen and heard. And that is what women need from a man. Men often fall into the trap of believing that they must fix things with their words. Especially when a woman is upset or dealing with something emotionally, the first instinct might be to offer solutions or try to solve the problem. While it's admirable to want to help, it's not always the answer she's looking for. What women crave more than anything is your full, undivided attention. They need to feel that you are present with them, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and energetically. Your presence is an affirmation of your commitment to her, and understanding that you value her, not just in the moments of joy, but also when things get tough. When you show up for her fully, it's a clear signal that you are there, not just because of what she can give you, but because you truly care about her as a person. You can say, I love you 100 times, but if your body language isn't aligned, if your mind is elsewhere, and if your actions don't reflect your words, then it won't land the way you want it to. Think about the last time you felt truly connected with someone. Were they distracted or were they locked in? It's the same when a man connects with a woman. If you're not giving her your full presence, she may feel alone in a relationship, even if you're right beside her. Being present means being in the moment with her. It's asking questions and listening to the answers, not just to respond, but to understand. It means putting down your phone when she's talking, turning off the TV when she's sharing her thoughts, and giving her your full attention. Presence is about tuning into the energy of the moment, reading the room, and picking up on the emotional undercurrent that may not always be expressed in words. When you tune into this, you become attuned to what she needs, even if she has explicitly said it. In a world where distractions are everywhere, being present is one of the most powerful tools a man can bring to his relationship. It shows a level of respect and care that speaks volumes without a single word being exchanged. It's this type of deep attention that creates intimacy and allows the bond between a man and a woman to thrive. Your presence, when given freely and wholeheartedly, is a language of love in itself. Many men are natural problem solvers. It's in their nature to analyze a situation, come up with solutions, and take action. When they see a problem, they want to fix it. Whether it's a challenge at work, a difficult situation with friends, or even an emotional experience their partner's going through. However, when it comes to relationships, this approach often doesn't land the way it's intended, especially with a woman. When a woman is sharing her feelings or venting about something that's bothering her, the natural male response might be to jump in with solutions. It makes sense on some level. After all, we like to help, and fixing things feels productive. But for many women, this approach misses the mark entirely. What she often needs in those moments isn't a fix or a logical solution, but simply someone who understands what she's going through. This is where emotional connection comes into play. Women want to feel heard, seen, and validated. When a woman opens up about something that's frustrating or painful, she's looking for empathy. She wants to know that her feelings are understood, that they matter, and that the man in her life isn't trying to fix her, but is there to simply support her emotionally. If a man constantly responds with solutions, it can feel dismissive, as though her emotions aren't valid or worthy of attention on their own. Instead of jumping into fix-it mode, men should try stepping into her emotional world. When she's sharing something with you, listen actively and acknowledge her feelings. A simple, I can see why that would upset you, or that sounds really tough, I can understand why you'd be frustrated, goes a long way in showing empathy. It lets her know that her experience is valid and that you're not just hearing the words she's saying, you're hearing the emotion behind them. It's important to recognize that women process emotions differently than men. While men may be more solution-oriented, women are often more focused on the emotional journey of a situation. A woman may need to talk through her emotions repeatedly in order to make sense of them, and this process isn't about finding a quick fix. It's about understanding her inner world, validating her experience, and letting her express herself fully. By responding with emotional understanding rather than logical solutions, a man creates an environment of trust. She feels safe to open up more, knowing that he won't dismiss her feelings or try to downplay what she's experiencing. This kind of emotional support is what deepens intimacy and connection in a relationship. A woman wants to know that you're not just there to fix things, but to be her partner in navigating the emotional landscape of life. In the end, solving problems is important, but in relationships, emotional connection comes first. When a man learns to lead with emotion, he's not abandoning his logical nature, he's enhancing his ability to communicate in a way that resonates deeply with his partner. This shift in mindset is often the key to a stronger, more fulfilling relationship. When it comes to building attraction and maintaining a dynamic connection with a woman, many men underestimate the power of playfulness. In relationships, especially long-term ones, it's easy for the initial excitement to fade into routine. The spark that was once felt can be overshadowed by the daily grind, work stresses, and logistical concerns. This is where playfulness becomes a secret weapon that many men overlook. Being playful doesn't mean acting childish or immature. It means infusing your relationship with spontaneity, lightheartedness, and a sense of fun. Life is serious enough as it is. Work, family responsibilities, and personal challenges can weigh heavily on anyone, but a playful attitude helps to balance that out. It lightens the mood, creating an environment where both partners can feel free to be themselves and enjoy each other's company without the burden of daily pressures. A woman doesn't want a man who is rigid, constantly serious, and always weighed down by life's responsibilities. She wants someone who can be spontaneous, unpredictable, and capable of bringing a sense of fun into the relationship. This doesn't just make the relationship more exciting, but it also keeps the emotional connection alive. The more fun you can have together, the more you build positive experiences that bond you, creating memories that both partners will cherish. Being playful can be as simple as teasing each other with a lighthearted comment, making her laugh when she's feeling down, or challenging her to do something spontaneous and adventurous. Humor and laughter are powerful tools for connection, and when a man can make a woman laugh, it immediately breaks down walls and builds rapport. This doesn't mean making jokes at her expense or forcing humor into the conversation. It means knowing when to make her smile, when to be silly, and when to let go of your own seriousness and enjoy the moment with her. Additionally, playfulness is also about knowing how to keep the sexual energy alive in a relationship. Over time, sexual intimacy can become routine if both partners aren't careful. Flirtation, subtle touches, and playful banter all help to reignite the spark that might have faded. It's about bringing energy, excitement, and passion into the relationship in a way that feels fresh and exciting. The key is to keep her guessing, to keep her engaged, and to show her that you're not just going through the motions, you're actively invested in keeping the fun and connection alive. Moreover, being playful in the relationship creates a safe space where both partners feel like they can let down their guards and just enjoy each other's company. When you're not worried about being perfect or saying the right thing, you can be authentic and vulnerable. This authenticity creates a deeper sense of intimacy and understanding, which is the foundation for a lasting connection. Playfulness isn't just about fun moments. It's about making your partner feel valued and reminding her that your relationship is something worth celebrating. Ultimately, a playful attitude breathes life into a relationship. It keeps things exciting, prevents complacency from setting in, and allows both partners to stay emotionally engaged in the long term. By embracing playfulness, a man can make his relationship not just a partnership, but a continual source of joy, energy, and mutual excitement. Every person is unique in how they experience love, and understanding this is key to building a deep and lasting connection. The concept of love languages has become widely recognized, and it's vital to understand that women, like men, have their own ways of feeling valued and cared for. But it's not always intuitive. Often men express love the way they want to receive it, through actions, words, or physical affection, but the language they speak may not be the one their partner understands. If you want to strengthen your relationship and ensure that your love is felt deeply, learning her love language is one of the most powerful things you can do. The first step is to recognize that not all women express love in the same way. While some may crave words of affirmation, compliments, encouragement, and verbal expressions of love, others may need physical affection, such as holding hands, cuddling, or intimate touch to feel connected. Still others might appreciate acts of service, small gestures like taking care of tasks or helping with chores. There are those who feel love through quality time, where simply being together and giving your full attention is the greatest form of affection. And then there are women who feel loved through gifts, not necessarily through extravagant presents, but through thoughtful, meaningful tokens that demonstrate care and attention. When a man loves a woman, it's easy to fall into the trap of expressing love in a way that feels natural to him. He might think that buying her flowers or telling her she looks beautiful is the best way to show affection. However, if her primary love language is something different, say acts of service or physical touch, then these gestures may not have the desired impact. Instead, she may feel confused or even frustrated that her partner isn't getting her needs. It's important to not only understand her love language, but also to adapt your behavior to meet her where she is. If she feels most love when you spend quality time together, it's not enough to simply send a quick text saying, "I love you." You need to show up and be present. No distractions, no checking your phone every few minutes. A simple walk in the park, a quiet dinner, or just sitting together in silence can be more meaningful than any grand gesture. For those women whose primary love language is physical touch, affectionate gestures like holding her hand, a gentle kiss on the forehead, or even a spontaneous hug can make her feel safe, loved, and cherished. It's these little moments that speak volumes and help build a deep emotional connection. When a man is committed to speaking his partner's love language, he's not just expressing love in a way that makes her feel valued, he's showing a deep understanding of her. It requires attention, effort, and a willingness to adjust. It's about prioritizing her needs over your own preferences, recognizing that the way she experiences love is unique to her, and making the conscious choice to meet her there. The beauty of this approach is that when both partners understand and speak each other's love languages, the bond between them strengthens exponentially. The relationship becomes a space of mutual respect, understanding, and deep emotional connection, where both partners feel seen, heard, and valued in ways that resonate with them at the deepest level. It's in this shared understanding that relationships move from good to extraordinary. In every relationship, a woman wants to feel both protected and cherished, and this can only happen when a man embodies both strength and tenderness. These two qualities may seem at odds with one another. Strength is often associated with toughness, dominance, and resilience, while tenderness is linked to gentleness, care, and vulnerability. However, the true power of a man lies in his ability to balance these qualities in a way that nurtures a deep and lasting connection with a woman. Strength doesn't necessarily mean physical dominance or an unyielding, tough exterior. It's about emotional resilience, the ability to stand firm, to be certain in your decisions, and to remain grounded even in the face of adversity. It's about being someone she can rely on, someone who can take charge when needed, but also know when to let go of control and give her the space she needs. Emotional strength in a man isn't just about being tough. It's about being stable and present even when life gets chaotic. A woman feels secure when she knows she has a partner who is unwavering, who won't be easily shaken by challenges. This strength creates a foundation of safety, allowing her to feel supported and confident in the relationship. But strength by itself isn't enough. A woman also needs tenderness, gentle care, and understanding, especially when she's vulnerable or emotional. This tenderness isn't a weakness. It's an incredible strength in itself. It takes a confident, emotionally intelligent man to be able to approach his partner with kindness, to listen to her deeply when she needs to express herself, and to show empathy and patience when she's going through difficult times. Tenderness means being attuned to her needs, recognizing when she needs a comforting word, a loving touch, or just someone to listen. It's about being there for her, not to fix things or offer solutions, but simply to hold space for her emotion. The key is knowing when to lead with strength and when to lead with tenderness. A woman doesn't want a man who is always hard, always defensive, or always stoic. She wants a man who can soften when needed, who can put aside his own ego and pride to nurture the emotional connection. At the same time, she also doesn't want someone who is overly sensitive or weak, unable to take charge or provide leadership when the situation calls for it. It's the man who can show both strength and tenderness who becomes a true partner. Someone who can face life's challenges with confidence, but also show vulnerability and care when it matters most. By embodying both strength and tenderness, a man not only earns his partner's respect, but also her deep affection. She will feel both safe and loved, protected in the knowledge that he is strong enough to handle any situation, but also loved enough to show her tenderness, to nurture her emotional well-being. In this balance, the relationship becomes a space of mutual support and trust, where both partners can be their authentic selves without fear of judgment. This blend of power and gentleness is the bedrock of a lasting, healthy, and fulfilling relationship. The energy you bring into a relationship has a profound impact on its dynamics. It's easy to overlook, but the way you show up, both emotionally and energetically, can either elevate or drain the connection you share with a woman. It's not just about what you say or do, but the energy you carry with you that influences how the relationship unfolds. Whether you realize it or not, the energy you bring shapes the emotional atmosphere of the entire relationship. When you walk into a room, you bring with you an energy that speaks louder than words. This energy is felt in the way you carry yourself, in the tone of your voice, in your body language, and in the way you approach challenges. If you're constantly stressed, anxious, or uncertain, your partner can pick up on that even if you don't say a word. She will feel the tension in your presence, and it can create distance. No matter how much you may try to hide it or put on a mask of calm, she can sense that something isn't quite right. This kind of energy creates an atmosphere of uncertainty and discomfort, which doesn't foster emotional intimacy. Instead, it creates emotional tension and a sense of disconnection. On the other hand, when you bring an energy of confidence, positivity, and calm, it has the opposite effect. Confidence doesn't mean arrogance. It means inner assurance, being grounded in who you are and in your relationship. A confident man creates an environment of security where his partner can feel safe to be herself. When you bring positive energy, your actions are aligned with optimism, solutions, and a forward-looking mindset. You're able to navigate challenges with a sense of calm and assurance, and this energy becomes contagious. She will feel uplifted by your presence, knowing that together you can face any obstacles that come your way. It makes her feel secure, supported, and valued. When the energy you bring is rooted in stability, it allows both partners to open up and be vulnerable. Women in particular need to feel emotionally safe in a relationship in order to express themselves fully. When a man exudes energy that is reassuring, emotionally steady, and optimistic, it makes it easier for her to trust, open her heart, and share her thoughts and feelings. It also helps her to relax and feel seen, understood, and loved. However, the opposite can be true if a man is regularly bringing negative or draining energy into the relationship. If you're constantly reactive, angry, or closed off, it can create an emotional distance. It can leave her feeling unsupported, disconnected, and unsure of where she stands. The energy you project influences the emotional temperature of your relationship, and if that energy is filled with stress, frustration, or negativity, the relationship will struggle to thrive. The key to creating a harmonious, thriving relationship lies in cultivating and maintaining positive energy. When you are mindful of the energy you bring into your interactions, you take control of the emotional direction of your relationship. Positive energy creates a foundation where both partners can grow, communicate openly, and face challenges together with strength and unity. It allows love to flow freely, nurturing both individuals in the relationship and providing the space for both partners to flourish emotionally, mentally, and physically. The energy you bring doesn't just shape the present moment, it creates the long-term atmosphere in which the relationship thrives. So to sum it all up, my friends, the secret language between a man and a woman isn't something that can be learned overnight. It's a continuous journey of understanding, adapting, and showing up as your best self. It's about being present, understanding emotional needs, bringing playfulness into your connection, and speaking the language of love that resonates with her. It's about embodying both strength and tenderness, and it's about bringing an energy that uplifts and nurtures the relationship. If you commit to mastering these principles, you'll find that communication isn't just about words, it's about energy, connection, and mutual respect. The bond you create through these efforts will not only deepen your relationship, but also bring more love, joy, and fulfillment into both of your lives. So step into this language with confidence and watch how your relationship transforms into something more vibrant, more connected, and more meaningful. Now, go out there and speak her heart's language. Keep growing, keep learning, and above all, keep loving with all the depth and authenticity you can muster.